Good morning, family. Once again, it's your DC dude. If you are already a subscriber to this channel, then welcome back. However, if you are new to this channel, then welcome aboard. I recommend that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay in the know about where we're gonna go. Right now, family, I'm standing on the corner of Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue and U Street Southeast. You can see the U Street behind me. So that's U Street back there. Heading towards Good Hope Road. And I'm so excited to announce this morning, family, that I've been picked up by a company called Free Tours by Foot to create and conduct a tour of Anacostia. Finally. So I work for a tour guide company, right? And we focus on the monuments and the memorials. They're wonderful. Truly they are, right? But in my heart, it's always been a thing that that's only a few square miles of DC. And people literally around the world don't really consider that people live here, that we have 131 neighborhoods. Now, growing up in DC, been here since I was 2 years old, that's DC, right? You know, people and neighborhoods. Playing kickball, growing up playing kickball in the alleys, jumping bike ramps, playing hide and go seek, dodgeball, just having a ball, you know, growing up in the neighborhood. I mean, that was DC to us, right? So, my focus is to do tours about neighborhoods, because that's where a lot of history lies. And from neighborhood to neighborhood, the history is different, right? Deanwood neighborhood will be completely different than Shaw. You know, Anacostia will be completely different than, say, Hillcrest. Meanwhile, today's video, we're going to take a sneak preview. A sneak preview. Only you're going to get to see this of what the tour is going to be about. We'll talk about places like Roses Row. These 6 homes on the corner, built in 1890. What's their story? Then we'll look at St. Teresa of Avila Church, where black and white Catholic parishioners came together back in 1879 to build a Catholic church, because there was no place even close to here for Catholics to go to church service. And meanwhile, it's still open. In fact, these 2 lovely ladies behind me just invited me to service. And they said, you don't have to be Catholic. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna check it out. And then we'll also look at how St. Teresa of Avila Church is related to Our Lady of Perpetual Help up by the Panorama Room. What's their relation? And what kind of tour of Anacostia would this be if we left out Anacostia's most famous resident, Frederick Douglass, who lived here for the last 17 years of his life? And then we're going to also look at how could a black man live in a house, live in a neighborhood during a time when there were racially restrictive covenants placed on the deeds from the time it was Uniontown in 1854 all the way up until 1946. How did Frederick Douglass end up in this lovely estate? What else can I talk about? I know there must be something else I could talk. What? Oh, yeah, the big chair. That's right. Once the tallest chair in the whole world. And I know plenty of people know plenty of things about the big chair, but there might be some things I just might talk about that you probably don't know. And while I'm on the subject of knowing and not knowing, one thing about my tour is it's interactive, right? No one person knows everything, right? And what I find living east of the river, people are super passionate about DC, period. Like, DC residents are super passionate, particularly east of the river, though, about their neighborhood and their area and what they know and what they don't know. So I consider my tours interactive, where, yes, I'll be your tour guide. Yes, I'll share some things that's going to be cool that you may or may not know about Anacostia, but also people can contribute. There will be an opportunity for dialogue, for people to share what they or contribute what they know, their information about Anacostia. In fact, the couple tours I've done so far, we stop and talk to people along the way who live here. This is not a zoo. I'm not walking people through a zoo, right? This is somebody's neighborhood, and it's respected, and we want to hear what you have to, we want to hear your input as well. So, family, I am not about to stand here and tell y'all everything about the tour. It would be no reason for you to come on the tour. Just know that we're going to have a ball. Know that it's about a mile of walking. And that's the other thing about the tour. The tour might last it's from 10 to 12, right? But if we try to do the whole Anacostia, it would take us all day, and there'd be a ton of walking with a whole lot of hills. So just know that we're doing a small section that I, consider to be historically significant to Anacostia, Uniontown, let's say Uniontown / Anacostia's story. You can find the information at Free Tours by Foot. The information is going to be in the description below, and also the link right under me right now. That one right. And if I haven't mentioned it, if the name speaks for itself, actually. Free Tours by Foot. Free Tours by Foot, right? It's $3 to register, and the way that they set it up, because it's a young lady named Camden's organization. It's called Free Tours by Foot. The way she sets it up is you pay $3 for the registration, and at the end of the tour, you pay what you think it's worth. So it's like going inside Busboys Poet now and getting something to eat, right? And it's free. And at the end of the meal, you pay what you think it's worth. You really don't see that every day, paying for goods or services or whatever after the fact. After you see the quality or lack thereof. So meanwhile, this will not stop that DC dude groove in terms of videos. This tour won't stop that train, right? Because like always, you'll never know where we're going to end up next. So if you want to ride, just click on subscribe. And I gotta add for this video, y'all. If you want to know more, just register for the tour.